Hi kids, today we're going to be reading The Old Tree by Ruth Brown. Early one morning, Pigeon Post was delivering the mail to the old tree. "Hello, Mrs. Rabbit. Lots of cards for you today. By the way, do you know there's a big X painted on your tree? What's it for?" "No idea," replied Mrs. Rabbit. "I'm far too busy with the new baby. My 17th she is, and as quiet as a mouse, thank goodness. Grumpy old Mr. Badger always moans about my kids, but those parakeets make more noise than all of mine put together. They should find a home and settle down like the rest of us." "Bang, bang, bang. Who's there?" growled Mrs. Badger. "Only the post," called Pigeon. "I got a package for you." "It's probably those slippers you ordered." Grumbled Mr. Badger. "I thought you were the rabbit kids banging their balls against my door. And as for those parakeets frightened to go out, I am." "Well," said Pigeon, "if you do go out, you'll see a big X painted on your tree. Do you know what it's for?" "No," barked Mr. Badger, and he slammed the door. "Ding dong! Morning, Mr. Squirrel!" "Morning, Pigeon!" shouted Mr. Squirrel. There was a deafening noise above. "That woodpecker upstairs is driving me nuts with his renovations." "Have you seen the big X on the tree?" shouted Pigeon. "Who did it?" "Don't know," bawled Mr. Squirrel. "But I bet my boys will be blamed. It's far more likely to be those parakeets, always hanging around and screeching." Next, Pigeon stopped outside Mr. Woodpecker's door. But it was pointless to knock. He was making far too much noise, sawing and hammering, so she slipped his home improvement magazines through his mail slot. Ting-a-ling, ting-a-ling. "Good morning, Professor Owl. How are you today?" "Dreadful," moaned the professor. "I got an appalling headache because of screeching of those frightful parakeets, not to mention that remodeling fanatic downstairs." "So you haven't been outside then?" asked Pigeon. "You haven't seen the X on your tree? I was hoping you would know what it means." "Outside?" said Professor Owl with a shudder. "The sun is far too bright for my eyes. Good day to you, madam." Who put that X on his tree? Let's see, said Magpie, before Pigeon even had a chance to ring the bell. "What's the gossip today, then? Are those parakeets still driving everyone crazy?" Pigeon laughed. "Today's mail looks official. Have you been thieving again, Maggie?" "It's not thieving, darling. It's what magpies do. We see shiny, sparkly things and we pick them up. I suppose all those busybodies downstairs think I'm a thief." "I don't know," replied Pigeon, "but I do know that you've got a big X on your tree." "Really, darling?" said Magpie. "Is it shiny?" said Maggie. Next, Pigeon made her way to the very top of the tree. "Dong-a-long, dong-a-long. Ahoy there, shipmate," called Captain Crow. "Welcome aboard." "Postcard," was all that the breathless Pigeon could say. And puff, puff, a big X puff, puff on your tree. What does it mean? Captain Crow was busy reading his postcard, but seconds later he realized what Pigeon had said. "X? Did you say an X on our tree?" "Shimber me timbers, I know what an X means, matey." But Pigeon had already gone. Captain Crow looked through his telescope and his worst fears were confirmed. Uh-oh, does that mean that they're going to cut down his tree? Let's find out. He's ringing the bell. He knows why there's an X. Everyone except Mr. Woodpecker was outside, staring up at a huge X. What could it mean? Who could have done it? And why? Suddenly they heard dong-a-long, dong-a-long. Captain Crow was frantically ringing his bell and pointing, but no one understood him. He was too far away. It's true, they're cutting trees. And X means that tree is going to be cut. So for the first time ever, Captain Crow went down to the bottom of the tree. Let's see, are they going to be able to save their trees? The X, gasped Captain Crow. I know what it means. So through my telescope, woodsmen sawing down trees with X's on them, like ours, they're going to cut down our tree. What should we do? Shrieked the animals. Then everyone froze. Sharp, sharp, sharp! Sawdust started to rain down on them. Bits of bark flew through the air. Chunks of wood thudded around them. They were terrified. Help! Help! They screamed. Our tree, our home, don't chop it down. Then the chopping noise stopped, but the pandemonium didn't. Be quiet, shouted Pigeon, but nobody heard. She took out her whistle and blew it long and loud. Everyone quieted down, even the parakeets. Then a small cough broke the silence. They all looked up. The X was gone. Instead, there was a hole, and in it, a very duster Mr. Woodpecker. He coughed again. I need a bit more space, he explained. So I'm building an addition. Do you think you could give me a hand? Since Mr. Woodpecker had given them such a fright, everyone started to shout at him, but Pigeon stopped them. Listen, listen, I've got an idea that might save your tree. Captain Crow, go back up top and keep watch. Squirrels, you're strong. Go help Mr. Woodpecker. Professor Owl, you check the measurements. Maggie, you're artistic, start painting. Mr. Badger, keep the little ones amused. Mrs. Rabbit, make us all a nice cup of tea. And finally, your parakeets, please keep quiet. For the first time ever, they worked together. It took the whole day, but by the evening, all traces of the X were gone. And Mr. Woodpecker's new addition was in place. In fact, it looked as if it had always been there. They're there with the axe. Do you think they're gonna cut it? Let's find out. Everyone was very pleased and very tired. They all slept soundly that night, except the parakeets. The next morning, everyone woke up to hear voices outside, human voices. They all listened, hoping that for once those pesky parakeets will keep quiet too. Well, look at that. I could have sworn we painted an X on this tree, but there's only an old birdhouse here, and look what's in it, said the boys. Gosh, said the other boys, looks rather special, eh? Better not touch it, and the two woodsmen walked away. Wow, they were able to save the tree. That's wonderful. Dong, dong, dong. Captain Crow rang his bell. Everyone rushed outside into the sunshine, sure now that their tree was safe. 3 cheers for Mr. Woodpecker, they cried. No, 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 protested Mr. Woodpecker. Our new neighbors are the ones who saved our tree. What new neighbors? They asked. Us, called the parakeets as they popped out of the house. 1, 2, and a new baby 3. Hip, hip, hooray! Everyone cheered. And that night, they had a wonderful party. Oh, and look at that beautiful tree they were able to save. Beautiful, beautiful. Oh, teapot tree. Look at it. A crow is here. See it? See who's in there. Oh, the parakeet's house. Squirrels. They're having a concert. Music. Rabbit with a new baby there. What's in here? Rabbits with cakes. Celebrating that they were able to save the tree. The beautiful old tree. It was a beautiful book. Now let's close this book. Now let's open the book. Yay! Okay guys, I'll see you. Bye.